Shalom. This is the brother Shamak with the Great Millstone Cleveland branch. I want to start off by, of course, giving our honor, praise, glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakodash. Double honor to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well. Shalom to everybody tuning in, listening, learning, getting his edification from several brothers that's doing his ministry from the four corners of the earth. Shalom. And I just want to get right into it. This is the book of, I just want to get into, various topics, Just going to get a couple of precepts. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 9 and verse 11. Actually, 10. It says, whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest. All right, so when you read it in the NLT, it says, whatsoever you do, do well. Right, so, you know what I'm saying? It's plain and simple, whatever you're doing, put forth your best hand to do it so that the Lord can bless you, you know what I'm saying, with everything you do. Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. This is something that a brother always mentioned, you know what I'm saying, in my camp. How you do one thing is how you do everything. And, basically a false balance is abomination to the Lord. So if you doing one, matter of fact, the scriptures say, if you're doing one thing bad, this is the book of Galatians chapter 5 and verse 9. A little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. Right, so if you put a little leaven, you know what I'm saying, to make the bread, you know what I'm saying, a whole lump of bread, it's gonna leaven the whole lump. You know what I'm saying? Rather, if you don't use no leaven, it's gonna be like flatbread, if I'm not mistaken. Right, so you definitely, you know what I'm saying, can leaven the whole lump, you know what I'm saying, just by one piece of leaven. So how you do one thing, however you do one thing, you want to do it to the best of your ability, because it say, it says, for when, in the NLT verse 10, for when you go to the grave, there will be no work or planning or knowledge or wisdom. Verse 11 in the KJV, it says, I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor to the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill. But time and chance happeneth to them all, right? So things happen to everybody. You know what I'm saying? You might be going through one thing, one moment, and then you stop going through it, and then another brother going through the same thing that you were just going through. So you know what I'm saying? So it's verse 10. It says whatsoever. Oh, it's like a all right. So yeah. So it say the race is not to the swift, nor battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise. Right. So you know what I'm saying. It don't matter if you strong, swift. You know what I'm saying. Smart. Time and chance happening to everybody. You know what I'm saying. And time and chance is of the Lord. Time and chance is the Lord's balance. You know what I'm saying? Because once again, the scriptures say false balance is abomination to the Lord. So the Lord is going to balance everything out. You know what I'm saying? He might give you, hardship this point, and then next thing you know, he might give you, you know what I'm saying, something, he might give you some riches, or, he might give you some, some money, or, a woman or whatever, The Lord could bless you, and the Lord can bring you low. Let's go to The book of Sirach. All right. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 11 and verse 25. In the day of prosperity there is a forgetfulness of affliction, and in the day of affliction there is no more remembrance of prosperity. Right. So when you're going through your prosperity, you ain't think about affliction, and when you're going through, you know, your affliction, prosperity is not. It seems like it's not there. You know what I'm saying? So you know, you know that's the balance of the Lord. He can bring you high, he can bring you low. This is the book of that's not what I'm looking for. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 23 and verse 12 says, and whomsoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted. So, what I'm saying, when you stay humble, what I'm saying, the Lord can, exalt you. And when you always exalted, what I'm saying, eventually you're gonna be abased. Esau is exalted. What does the scripture say about Esau exalting himself? Let's begin Ezekiel. No, that's not it. I'll just go to the book of Obadiah. Chapter 1, verse 3. It says, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. So, that's the spirit of Esau, what I mean, to be, deceived. We supposed to, be humble, what I'm saying? That proud spirit that Esau got, it's a uplifted spirit. You know what I'm saying? It's a prideful spirit. So us being Israelites, what I'm saying, being Hebrew Israelites and knowing the faith, what I'm saying, knowing the name of the Lord, we gotta be, what I'm saying, walking different from this devil. You know what I'm saying? It says, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. If thieves come to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers, right? So it says, though thou exalt thyself as an eagle. It's like I skipped that verse. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, right? That's how he do. He takes pride in the American flag, and what I'm saying, the eagle being like the symbolization of, like the pride of America, and how stout America is, and that eagle also goes back to even more ancient empires. That eagle was also used during the Roman Empire, and if I'm not mistaken, it might have also been used and the either the Egyptian or the Babylonian Empire. I'm not really sure. I have to back research that. But verse 4 it says, "Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh." So you know what I'm saying. He's exalted, and he set his he set his nest among the eagle. Nest among the stars, meaning two things. One, he's in the midst of the earth, meaning he dwells around the Israelites. You know what I'm saying. He's all in the midst of the world, and the Israelites is in the world, and the Israelites is the stars. But also another thing is he got his satellites in the sky. And that's also symbolic for him setting the nest among the stars. Because he is proud about his satellites. He's proud about his tanks. He's proud about, what I'm saying, even the MOT to the B. You know what I'm saying? But this is the spirit that the Lord got on him. You know what I'm saying? But eventually he's gonna have to be revenged. For his wrongs, for the wrongdoings that he be doing. It says, let me see. Yeah, that's not the one I was specifically looking for, but that was a good one. But yeah, he's definitely proud. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get some more scriptures dealing with pride. This is the book of Psalms, Proverbs chapter 29, verse 23. It says, "A man's pride shall bring him low, but honor shall uphold the humble in spirit." Right. So once again, if you humble yourself, you're gonna be exalted. The Lord is gonna lift you up. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna bring you to honor. But if you just honoring yourself all the time, you know what I'm saying? Like how this devil is, he's always honored. He's always, the rich are honored, in his world, so he's always, the face of honor and the face of the so-called covering cast of, what glory is and shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But truly we is the true people, Verse 23 says, "A man's pride shall bring him low, but honor shall uphold the humble in spirit. Whoso is partner with a thief hateth his own." Well, that's pretty much it on that. All right, so that was it on that one. Let me see. It say, let me see. This is the book of Job, chapter. Let me see. No, that's not it. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 8, and verse 13. "The fear of the Lord Yahweh is to hate evil." All right, so that's what we do. That's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to hate evil. You know what I'm saying? We ain't supposed to be teaming up with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, trying to fit in with, the agenda of wicked men. You know what I'm saying? It says, "The fear of the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, is to hate evil." And that's what the Lord does. He hates evil. So we're supposed to be, scripture say, "Be holy even as he is holy." So just how the Lord hate evil, that's how we supposed to hate evil. If the Lord hate when our people eat pork, you know what I'm saying, and he ended up he might plague one of his people with cancer from eating pork, that's how we feel. You know what I'm saying? That's what you get, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Now you got cancer, you know what I'm saying? So, it says pride and arrogancy and the evil way, because that's what people do. They do evil, and the Lord is going to judge them for the wicked that they do. Just like the Lord is judging us ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Even us that's walking in His truth. It says, and the Lord. It says, and the froward mouth do I hate. Right. So the Lord hate that pride shit, and He hate that arrogancy shit, and He hate the evil way altogether. You know what I'm saying? This is Proverbs 11:2. When pride cometh, then cometh shame, but with the lowly is wisdom. So, you know what I'm saying? Esau's going to come to shame because of the amount of pride that he has. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, he's going to, have to pay for his wrongdoings. You know what I'm saying? It's going to come back to everything that he's doing is going to come back to bite him in the ass. So it's going to bring contention. He's going to, let's get this word contention. It says, with pride cometh contention. It's
Strong's H 4683. Matzah.
Matzah, and it says strife, contention, strife, debate. There you go. Contention, strife, debate. So basically, when Esau comes with that pride, and when anybody comes with pride, you know what I'm saying? That's what it comes with. It comes with, conflict, you know. You know what I'm saying? You got our people stuck in this hip hop shit. They believe in conflict just like, like Tupac versus Biggie. You know what I'm saying? That's what our people worried about, you know what I'm saying? And Esau the same, everywhere he goes is, you know what I'm saying, different type of complaints, you know what I'm saying? Because he's the vow of the earth. You know what I'm saying? You get complaints about this devil from every nation. Our people and the heathen, So everywhere he goes, conflict. The scriptures call him the hammer of the earth. And our people is wicked men. They trust in the sword. Just like this devil. So, verse 10, it says, only by pride cometh contention, but with the well advised is wisdom. So that's the importance of staying humble, is that the Lord is gonna He's gonna honor you with that wisdom. All right, so that you will do the right thing, that you will do the correct thing. You know what I'm saying, and not just half-assed and everything until the Lord bring the destruction. It says those who take advice are wise. That's what it's saying in NLT. So that's what we're doing now. We taking advice from the scriptures. All right? We taking advice from the scriptures, so that when, it might come a time that we're going to be tried, and, it might even be a day where the scriptures is not ready available to you. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how hard things going to get, you know what I'm saying? But, in that day, in a day like that, you're going to be protected. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be protected from the Lord. You know what I'm saying? That's why the scriptures say in the book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them. All right, so to try them that dwell upon the earth. So the Lord is gonna bring that hour of temptation. You know what I'm saying? To try everybody that's on the earth at that time. So, do you want to be, how it all depends on how you want to be tried. You know what I'm saying? Do you want to half-ass it and get a low grade, or do you want to, hope that you're amongst the elect and receive salvation? Verse 11, behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take that crown. So there you go. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to continue in the faith, stay humble, you know what I'm saying? And keep our crown, basically. You know, keep your position in this truth, you know. Whatever your lot is, you know, just stay in your lot, you know, and continue to hope that you amongst the elect. You know what I'm saying? So, Lord's willingness edifying. I'm going to close it with that. The Wadi Yabashon, shall forgive me the spirit, do his lesson. Shalom, Kwan Shalom.